Yes. Today we'll discuss about the anatomy of the bronchopulmonary segment. By definition, it is the area of lung which is aerated by tertiary bronchus. So before starting the discussion about the bronchopulmonary segment, we will initially discuss about the bronchial tree. Here in this diagram, this is head bone, this is here is larynx, this is cricoid cartilage of the larynx. This is cricoid cartilage of the larynx. Here is trachea. The length of trachea is about 10 to 12 centimeter. It extends from, this is level of C6 vertebra. From C6 vertebra to T4 vertebra. So it extends from C6 vertebra to T4 vertebra. In lying position or in cadaveric position. In standing position, it may extend up to T6 vertebra. In infants, it extends up to T3 vertebra. This T4 level is level of sternal angle. It has about 16 to 20 C-shaped cartilaginous ring. Here is C-shaped cartilaginous ring. Shape is like this. This is made up of hyaline cartilage. This is hyaline cartilage. And here, trachealis muscle is present posteriorly. This muscle is trachealis. This involuntary muscle. It is internally lined by respiratory epithelium, that is pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar epithelium, that is respiratory epithelium. It has 16 to 20 cartilaginous ring. At this level, it divides into two principal bronchus, right and left principal bronchus. This is right principal bronchus, this is left principal bronchus. Here you can see by endoscope, you can see here, this is carina at the side where this trachea divides into two principal bronchus. This is position of the carina. Here is opening of these two principal bronchus. This middle portion is carina. This is carina. Here mucosa is highly sensitive. If any foreign particle reach here, a cough reflex generates and foreign particle expelled outside. this is important for the endoscopic view of the lung, and also in case of the foreign body like pee, etc., if it reaches here, it also acts as a last line of defense. Last line of defense for the foreign particle. If foreign particle or the substance reach up to here, cough reflex generate. So with severe coughing, that foreign particle may comes out. So this acts as a last line of defense. If this foreign particle cross this, then no cough reflex is generated. So this is important. Carina is important for the generation of cough reflex. So after this, you can see this. This is right principal bronchus. This is left principal bronchus. The length of the right principal bronchus is about 2.5 centimeter, and length of left principal bronchus is about 5 centimeter. Here diameter is larger than this, and if you draw a line here, this is about 25 degree and here is about 45 degree. So right principal bronchus is shorter, wider and more in line with trachea. So any foreign particle, if drop here, it easily go on right side. This is the reason why the right lung is more commonly infected in comparison to left lung. So here, this right principal bronchus divides into initially 2, then 3. These are secondary bronchus or lobar bronchus. On left side, these are 2, secondary are 2 lobar bronchus. If you make a diagram here, this is right lung. Here is root of lung. This is pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery. This part is epiarterial bronchus. This is hypoarterial bronchus. These are 2 bronchus. Here is third bronchus, and here is oblique fissure. Here is transverse fissure. This lower bronchus again divides into 3 tertiary bronchus. These are 3 tertiary bronchus. Tertiary bronchus gives supply or aerated the 3 bronchopulmonary segment. So bronchopulmonary segment is the area of lung which is aerated by tertiary bronchus. This is tertiary bronchus. This is bronchopulmonary segment. This is one bronchopulmonary segment. This is another. This is another. So there are 3 bronchopulmonary segments present in upper lobe. Here is middle lobe. Here two bronchopulmonary segment is present. One is lateral, one is medial. Here in upper lobe, this is apex, this is posterior, this is anterior, and this is lower lobe. Here, this reaches here into lower lobe. Lower lobe has 5 bronchopulmonary segments. This segment is apical or upper segment. Here is this is anterior basal, this is lateral basal, this is posterior basal bronchopulmonary segment. In this view, medial basal is not present. Medial basal is hidden. So number wise, this number is internationally accepted number. Number wise, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 8, 9, 10. 7th is hidden. Medial basal is hidden, present in inner aspect. So these are 10 bronchopulmonary segments present in right lung. So right lung has 3 lobes, upper lobe, middle lobe and lower lobe. Upper lobe has 3 bronchopulmonary segments, middle lobe has 2 bronchopulmonary segments and lower lobe has 5 bronchopulmonary segments. This 2 and 6 number are more in line with the principal bronchus. So these two are mostly infected. Tuberculosis is more common in this number 2 bronchopulmonary segment. And here aspiration pneumonitis is more common in number 6. So this is about the bronchopulmonary segment of the right lung. In left lung, is oblique fissure. By oblique fissure, left lung is divided into 2 parts, upper lobe and lower lobe. The upper lobe is again divided into five bronchopulmonary segments. This is number 1, apical. Here is posterior. Here is anterior. Here is superior. This is inferior. Remember, in the right lung, there is medial and lateral bronchopulmonary segment. In left lung, there is superior and inferior. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4 number. This is 5th number. Here is 6th number. That is apical of the lower lobe. This is anterior basal. 8 number. This is 9. This is 10. This is lateral basal, and this is posterior basal. So these are 10 bronchopulmonary segments present on left lung. So each lung has 10 bronchopulmonary segments. In anterior view, the 7th number is hidden. So now discuss about the bronchopulmonary segment part 2. In part 1, you have seen this is right lung, this is left lung. Each lung has 10 bronchopulmonary segments. Now we will make separately and explain one bronchopulmonary segment. This is one bronchopulmonary segment. This is another which is adjacent to this bronchopulmonary segment, and shape of this segment is wedge shaped. It has apex, it has base. Here is in between two adjacent bronchopulmonary segment there is intersegmental plane made up of connective tissue, and here pulmonary vein passes. This pulmonary vein passes through intersegmental plane. Here through intersegmental plane. Here is pulmonary vein. Here is tertiary bronchus. This tertiary bronchus divides into several divisions and forms terminal bronchiole, and terminal bronchiole divides forms respiratory bronchiole. Respiratory bronchiole continue with the alveolar duct, which is continuous with atrium and alveolar sac. Here are the alveoli. Here is pulmonary artery. This is pulmonary artery. It divides numerous branches and forms capillary network around the alveoli. Here is lymphatic channel. If you make diagram separately, this is these are alveoli. Alveoli are lined simple squamous epithelium. At some places, the large cells are present. These are type 2 pneumocytes, and rest cells are, these are type 1 pneumocytes. Type 2 pneumocytes secretes surfactant, and here is the position of capillary. This capillary is lined by endothelium, simple squamous epithelium. Here is basement membrane of the capillary. Here is basement membrane of the alveoli. Here is connective tissue in between them. This part forms the air blood barrier, through which gaseous exchange takes place, and thickness is about 0.2 micrometer. This thickness. So this is all about the bronchopulmonary segment part 2. Thank you.